Let's just fix that. Yes, yes. Cheers. I feel like I just drank out of this cup really weird. Hey guys, it's Say, and welcome to my channel. I've never actually done like a proper introduction, so I figured that's what I'll do today. I've been making a video about whenever I came home last time for my big trip, which is very far behind. Like, I got back in August of last year, and now it's March of this year, and I've already been somewhere else. So I'm gonna try to fast track these things so I can catch you guys up to speed. But for now, I'm just here to, I guess, talk about myself and like give you a little backstory about like what all this is even about, because I never did that. So my name is Say. I am 27 years old. I actually just turned 27 this week on Monday. So hello Saturn return. I live in this van. I may do a van tour one day, but also it's kind of like chaos in here, so I don't know what really inspiration you can get from me. So, but I mean, it's pretty cozy in here, so maybe I will just show it anyway. But yeah, so I love traveling, obviously. That's why I live in this van. I've known that I wanted to travel basically my whole life. I remember going to the beach when I was like 7, and then just like begging my parents always to take us to the beach. And then always daydreaming about the beach, and really just the ocean in general, I think, is really my biggest love. In 2013, I traveled with a study abroad group to Brazil, and that's when I really knew that I wouldn't let anything stop me from traveling. So I came back and like kind of fell into a big relationship, and we got really serious, and we got engaged, and then I called it off because I really wanted to travel and he did not, and I didn't want to compromise because I was very young. I was like 23 or 24, and that's just too young for me to compromise what I really want to do with my life. Like, my dreams are to travel, so I wasn't about to do that. So yeah, that kind of landed me in a spot to where like the whole world was open to me. I had planned on going to Europe and backpacking around by myself, but then October of 2013, this like shitty thing happened to me, and happened to me, but a lesson that I learned came through, and I was really just terrified to go anywhere by myself, and so I kind of just changed all of my plans and like put off the traveling thing for a bit. Actually, the month before that, I had actually went on a solo camping trip, and I lived out of my 4Runner. I didn't have the van at the time, but I lived, basically all of my belongings were in my 4Runner, and I was at the ocean. I felt so free. It was so great. And I slept in my tent and like had a cooler, and like discovered that traveling doesn't have to be as expensive as everyone says it is. That kind of got into my head, and like living out of my 4Runner kind of got in my head, and then somehow I came across van life, and it all just spiraled out from there. I started saving money, and I bought this van, and I converted it. I have a website that I posted my conversion on. I will link that below. It's called barefootwanderess.com, and that's where I post basically everything besides my Instagram. Instagram really gets more of my attention, but yeah, so that's kind of the backstory of my traveling. Other things that I'm into, I really love biking. I recently had my bike stolen. I'm definitely not like a competitive or like a racing bike. I'm more of just like a go at your own pace, go with your own flow kind of thing. That goes for literally everything in life: traveling, kayaking, biking, skateboarding, you name it. I'm gonna go just like at just a normal speed. Some other things that I'm into are coffee. I love some coffee. I've got a ukulele. I actually have 2 ukuleles, a soprano and a baritone. I'm not very good at either of them. I know a couple of chords and just basically play the same song over. I'm really into art. I paint, I draw, mainly just doodle. I'm a professional doodler, you know. I'm really big into expanding my consciousness. That's probably my biggest passion and investment and intention in life. I've always been a very spiritual person. I don't believe that anyone should believe in the same thing. I think that would make the world very boring if we were all just like clones of each other and believed in the same shit, you know? Like, it's okay. We're all just human, okay? We're all just human. So anyway, spirituality is a big part in my life. I feel like the term spirituality gets a bad rep these days. But yeah, so my 20s have been basically filled with just expanding my consciousness and learning who I am. And the work is never done, so what else am I into? I love hiking, swimming, the ocean. I'm a Pisces, Sun, Libra moon, and Cancer rising. If you're into human design, I'm a reflector, which I would love to make more videos about that because it's so interesting to me. And a lot of people don't know about human design, and I feel like it could really help people out with, like, I don't know, how they operate, or like maybe what they feel stuck in life or something. I don't know. I have a cat named Coraline. She does not travel with me because she's really skittish and she would probably dart out the door, and I tried to get her to sleep in here one night with me and she was just meowing the whole night and knocking things over, and so it was not a great time for either of us. So yeah, that's about it. If you watch my videos, you will notice that for the the ones that have been out, when I've talked about home, I have put home in quotations. That was because my home base didn't really feel like home until more recently. And it's really just a home base. That's what it boils down to. And so for a while I felt really weird and guilty about like being at home, and so I was working through a lot, and my last video that came out, or maybe, I don't know, the video where I was at home was me just processing a lot of turmoil about being at home. And so that's, yeah, I don't want to offend like people that, I mean, granted, it's not my responsibility if you get offended by anything that I say, because that's just kind of your work on your part. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot more centered these days. Recently I went to Key West, which my next video, actually 2 videos from now, will be my Key West video, and partially other parts of Florida, but the majority of it I was in Key West. And I don't know, I think I walked through a portal or something, and like I just came into myself, and I just feel more at home than ever. And I realize now that home is not without. Home is not outside of my body. Home is always within. And all the turmoil that I had faced coming back last time was just a bunch of my like inward threads unraveling. And it was definitely something that needed to happen. The unraveling of the human nature is something that I'm very interested in, and I would love to make more videos about like all of these things that I have talked about, and not just focus on my travel, because sometimes I do just like camp out in a place like I did in Key West. I was there for a month and just like hung out for a month there. And this month I am in Tennessee again. I'm back home. A lot of the times I am processing in my videos. So whenever I'm talking about things and then like the camera cuts off, I'm sorry. I'm not the best like filmer or monologuer. Sometimes I feel really weird talking to my camera, but also I'm trying to get over that because I really enjoy making videos for you guys and for myself because it's something that I can look back on. Yeah, so I do apologize for my sudden cutoffs in my videos, and like the way that I put together videos sometimes doesn't make much sense, but I will get better with time because that's just how things work, you know. I'm not a professional, so I change a lot, as do all of us humans. We shift and we change our perspectives, and we're free to go and be as we please. And so in old videos, if I've said something, maybe that is not how I feel today. It varies day to day, so don't take anything that I say like as rock solid or set in stone. But yeah, welcome to my journey. This is the unraveling of an amateur traveler. I just started traveling the way that I really wanted to with that last trip when I left in June of 2019, and I continue to travel, and this is just my journey. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, all that, the whole shebang. If there's anything else you want to know about me, just like put it in the comments. I don't know. I would love to interact with you guys more, and yeah, I definitely want to be more on this platform because I think it's really interesting, and I learn a lot about myself through doing videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.